Hey, Carm here, and I'm with Paul Louwers from AVI. Now, AVI has been around since the days of VCR training tapes. Talk about a technical revolution in training, as on-demand is a component of training, but hands-on is becoming increasingly important for certain technicians. Now, here's a taste.
We have an onboarding team here at AVI that we will help you set up your entire shop on the site and start assigning classes to your technicians.
Welcome, aftermarketers, to Remarkable Results Radio. Listen to learn just one thing from today's episode on your journey to remarkable results. Hey, Carm here. Did you know that some of the very best shop owner and technician training takes place at Apex? Well, now you do. Hey, plan to be there November 5th through the 7th at the Sands Expo in Las Vegas. For information, visit aapexshow.com, and registration is now open. Hey, welcome to Remarkable Results Radio, where we improve your success pathway with conversations worth hearing. And don't forget, the industry's premier podcast has our own listening app. Find it on your app store for iOS and Android. Just key in Remarkable Results Radio, download the app, and have all episodes at your fingertips. Invest in you. Subscribe to the podcast. Hey, I'm with Paul Louwers, CEO and co-founder of Automotive Video Innovations. You know them as AVI On Demand. Well, Paul invited me to his spring training program in 2019. A gracious host. And we had a chance to talk about the state of training today, from live leader-led, hands-on, and on-demand. The biggest improvements for all techs and shop owners is the online learning management system that keeps your accomplishments and tracks your progress. AVI is a technology company that excels at creating training for the automotive industry. They are producing relevant content for our industry's technicians. Now, you can find the key talking points on the show notes page at remarkableresultsradio.com/E426. Paul explains that on-demand training is just one tool for a shop owner and technician in their training arsenal because of the online learning management system, and I can't stress that enough. When you add in leader-led training and hands-on, the power of networking, the learning is compounded. Hey, find your learning combination. Hey, warm welcome to Paul Louwers from AVI.
Hello.
Hi, Paul. How you doing?
It's wrapping up a long week here at AVI.
I know. God, so much work went into this. It was just a great event. Thank you for having me down.
I'm glad we had the opportunity to have Bob Pattengale and Ryan Koyman, John Foro. Lots of great interviews this week.
Sarah Frazier. A lot of great people that I know here that came in for the training. Is this your, 25th year? I mean,
AVI has been around for 25 years.
Amazing. You started back in the VCR days, right? Or was it earlier than that?
It was VCR tapes, then went to DVDs, and now it's mostly digital, but we still do some DVDs.
Where's training headed, Paul? I mean, what was so cool is to be able to see your DVD production facility. And by the way, thanks for the tour of this great facility. And I'm thinking, well, there's still a lot of people buying, a hard piece. They want it in their hands. Is it on-demand stuff that's really moving ahead? What's the percentage of that?
There's still 20% DVDs or more. DVDs are going to disappear. I just don't know when that's going to happen.
You have no prediction?
No prediction when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And we're prepared. 2010, we went digital and launched AVI On Demand.
Yeah.
And that's been just getting traction. Every year, we're getting some great support. We're really open. It doesn't necessarily just have to be AVI content. We have Bosch there. We have standard motor products there. And it keeps evolving.
Isn't the value of AVI online on demand? On demand or online?
Well, it's online.
Online.
It is on demand because it's 24/7.
It is on demand. My thought is that it's a learning management system.
Yeah. It's really a business tool.
Yeah.
And that's really the future of AVI, is just not offering training, but offering a business tool that you can have assessments. You can have pre-test, post-test. You can track it.
Yeah.
You can really manage your entire staff off the site with the groupings that is available on the site.
I love what you just said. It's a business tool, and you said the word assessment. We talked about that in a podcast earlier today with Bob and the team. And the thing I love about LMS, I kind of played around with an LMS back in corporate America for a while, and I started to realize the value that an LMS can bring to a business. Now, just think about a small shop. I mean, you know this better than I will, to be able to have a resume on every technician, where they stand in the process and the courses that we've asked them to take and the courses that they want to take. And did they pass, or, and how far through are they? Because if we are going to manage the quality of our technicians as tech continues to jump through, hoops that we never realized, we have to keep our people paced up with all the new technology. You're on the cutting edge of that. Well, how do I know what my people are learning? And your tool gives them that tool. It does it for them.
Yes, it does.
And where are you getting this great content? I mean, I know you got a lot of people that work for you and the relationships you have with Federated and Standard and Bosch. When you sit down with them and says, hey, listen, I need your help, do they just say, what do you need, Paul?
We have a lot of friends and partners in the industry. We've known Bob Pattingale for many years, and he's very passionate about the industry, and he gives a lot of input on our site to make it better. Bosch has a logo on our site. We host their online content. So I get a lot of feedback from Bob and other customers that we have to always make our learning management system better and better.
So if I was a shop listening to you, how easy is it for me to get involved in your learning management system? Just need to go on and click and sign up for something?
You can go on. The account is free. I would highly recommend that anyone that would sign up on AVI On Demand is use the live chat and have the opportunity to schedule an onboarding. We have an onboarding team here at AVI that we will help you set up your entire shop on the site and start assigning classes to your technicians.
Do I go through an assessment process before that? Is that part of the onboarding?
When we set up your shop on the system, we will walk you through the website so you know where the assessment tools are.
Okay.
So you can get engaged and start using the software.
So I'm signing on. I'm getting passwords. I'm getting comfortable with the site. I'm happy. I'm an AVI online on demand customer. Do you ever pick up the phone and say, hey, I haven't seen any assessments lately. Come on, guys, let's get with the program. Because if they don't use it, they're not going to value it.
Exactly. Recently, we just hired a digital marketing person that is looking at the activity on different accounts and reaching out to them and say, hey, we've noticed you haven't used the account. Can we help you set it up? Yeah. And once again, so there's two levels of onboarding, the new person and the shop that's been using the system for a while but not taking advantage of all the features and benefits that it has.
Where are you getting all of the course content for the future? I mean, you've got to be so connected to, 5 years down the road. And your strategic plan has to say, listen, we're going to need to start doing, for example, ADAS. Are you guys doing a lot of ADAS teaching, building courses, or do you have stuff online right now?
We do have some training classes online right now. I think that is certainly a hot topic in our industry. We had the opportunity to work with Standard Motor Products through the Group Training Academy, which is Pronto and Federated.
Yeah.
Ryan came into the studio and did a 45-minute presentation on ADAS. That content is standards. Also, ZF came in and had the opportunity to help provide the content. AVI over the 25 years has gone through a lot of different changes, and having that content and developing that content is always difficult. The way we used to do things 5 years ago or 10 years ago certainly has changed today because the cost of development is so high, and finding that instructor that can write a class, deliver the class. So that is a challenge that we're going to be facing. Just like shops have challenges to find technicians, we're having challenges finding instructors.
The content is not the issue. It's the delivery?
Well, it's both.
Okay.
So it's content development.
Content development, right? Not delivery as much as, you've got quality people that can deliver it, but it's got to be right.
It is always a challenge. And I look at training, AVI on demand is not going to replace live training. It's just another option on the buffet line.
In the podcast opening, I mentioned Apex. Now, let's quickly clarify. Apex is not the same as the SEMA show, and I think you know that. Although both are held in the same week in Las Vegas, at the SEMA show, you'll see cool specialty products, and I get it. I've been there. Wow, tons of fun. But if your livelihood is keeping your customers' vehicles on the road, and that's how you earn your living, then you have to attend Apex, because Apex is the business side of the aftermarket. Now, Apex is where you can see, feel, touch, and talk the business of the aftermarket. Everything you need is under one roof, including new tools and equipment, advanced training, hands-on demos, and one-on-one meetings with your suppliers and manufacturers, needless to mention the networking you have with your peers. And with your Apex badge, you can also visit the SEMA show. One badge does it all. So plan now to attend Apex, Tuesday, November 5th through Thursday, November 7th at the Sands Expo in Las Vegas. Hey, to learn all about Apex and plan your visit to Industry Week, visit aapexshow.com. You just said something so interesting. AVI on demand is part of the buffet. So, curious question on my behalf. Leader led. Where is that in the spectrum of training compared to on demand?
I think leader led is very important for the aftermarket technicians to support and attend. It's frustrating when you look at the amount of local people that had the opportunity to network at our event, and we got, I'm not going to close my shop down. I can't send a guy for a half day. And I think what is missed at live training events is the networking opportunities of the best. When you can sit down with a Bob Pattengale, Ryan Koyman, they're at the top of their profession. Mm-hmm. And the wealth of knowledge that you can get from them away from the classroom is every bit as important as the class itself.
Okay, so are you sponsoring any kind of leader-led throughout the country?
We do select leader-led classes through the group. The warehouse, the WDs, the members will request some of the instructors that we work with, and we'll send them out.
That makes a lot of sense.
Certainly not at the magnitude of like what Ryan was talking about, is 125 classes a year per guy. We will do
selective,
very selective.
Okay, selective. Hands-on. How powerful is hands-on in the leader-led portion?
I think anytime that you can have the scanner hooked to the vehicle and do hands-on, you're getting another one of your senses involved. So it's important. A lot of instructors that I have met in the past, they go, well, you got to be minds-on before hands-on. But I think the hands-on really is important because technicians want to act, look and feel and be involved with what you're teaching.
So I'm doing an AVI on demand class, and to a point, there's a lecturer and there's an instructor in front of me. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't seen one, but I'm assuming that you're gonna zoom in and edit, the scope or the scan tool and or the portion of the car. How close? And you're probably encouraging someone to say, all right, please, when we're done tomorrow night, go do your own case study on this. Are you encouraging that?
We should be.
Okay.
I think that's a great point that we need to be paying more attention to, is encouraging that technician to go out and demonstrate. Your podcast at lunch today, Bob was saying, hey, we can teach you this, but you have to go out and practice what we taught you.
Yeah, that was so profound. You just can't walk away and not put it to play. You gotta make it happen. You actually have to look. I need to have that card come in because I just learned about this. Where can I find this car with this problem?
I go out to different trade shows and network with a lot of owners and technicians. And we did a training class with Jim Linder way back on current ramping fuel pumps. I will get technicians that come up to me and says, I remember watching that. And then after that, we went out to the shop and started testing them, and we started doing diagnostics, and wow, we found these fuel pumps that were bad, that were going to fail, and they ended up making more money in learning a technique that Jim Linder taught a number of years ago.
And that makes you want to keep getting up every morning and come in here and work hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. This conference that you had, how many years you been doing it?
In Fort Myers, we used to do one on Sanibel, and then I moved the AVI conference out to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But having this style event, you have a better networking opportunity. You were here. By the time everyone leaves, everyone's going to know each other. I think we had about 50 to 60 technicians and shop owners show up. But the quality and the time that everyone had, you have an event that 500-600 people. You don't have that.
It's small. If anyone wanted very intimate hands-on training and having access to a Pat and Gail and a Ryan Koyman, my God, this would be the event never to miss. And if it got much bigger, people would say, it hasn't been as much fun as it was when it was smaller. And to me, this is almost like an exclusive thing.
And I think that's what we're going to be looking at doing next year. Is one thought is to cap it around 45, 50 technicians and really have a high-end boot camp where we can.
That's a great word. I love that.
The best of the best.
I love the connotation of what boot camp means. That means roll up your sleeves, slice your brain open, because we're going to take the funnel and we're going to fill it. And you're going to go home in pain, mental pain, but you're going to so love it and appreciate it because it was a boot camp. You're going to remember most of it.
And that's the plan next year is bring this back to Fort Myers. We have. I grew up on Sanibel Island. My dad had a gas station out there, and I have ties to the area, and having the opportunity to host it in our backyard, I think that's something that we want to continue to do.
It's your town.
Yeah.
It's your town. Why not have it here? Wow. Okay, Apex, you going back this year?
Yep. We're going to be part of the Mobility Garage once again, hosting some training, and I know you're going to be doing a live event out there as well. And it's going to be here before we know it.
I know. It's a couple hundred days away now. Tell me about the Mobility Garage. I'm not sure there's enough people out there that really understand it.
Mobility Garage is an opportunity to provide the aftermarket with some high-end training, cutting-edge training, have companies like Standard and Bosch and ZF to present content, and our involvement is to make sure that when that content is delivered, that technician can fix a car when they leave and take something home that's valuable to them that they can apply.
I was talking to the people from Apex, and I was talking to them about everybody wants to go down to SEMA. And of course, Apex is where the business of the industry gets done. And one of the thoughts that I had, and I'm going to actually start talking about it soon, is if you earn your living in the automotive aftermarket, you've got to go to Apex. And yeah, it's great to go over at SEMA, but how many people that are at SEMA that are in the traditional side of the aftermarket? A ton of them. And they fail to go over to the Sands.
It is one of the most overlooked opportunities in Vegas is how many people miss Apex EDU, Mobility Garage.
Yeah.
There's lots of opportunity. And once again, you're networking with the best of the best.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, thanks for mentioning Apex EDU, because I'm going to do another panel this year. It'll be my third in a row, and I'm going to broadcast it live. So we're going to stretch our boundaries over there, and so we're still working on the panel and our title. Hey, thanks for having me down. I learned a lot about AVI, and your hospitality was just off the charts. Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity as well. Looking forward to be working with you in the future.
Thank you. Continued success for this great group and your great company.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on board to listen and learn from the premier automotive aftermarket podcast. Until next time.